morning. I'm Rachel Keller.
Good to be with you at 7 o'clock. I'm Ray Vieta, and we can't hide how excited we are about the sun coming out.
I feel like I'm a new woman today.
Yes. Wow.
Ray's defense team went right after Michael Proctor, who sent a number of people nasty text messages about the woman on trial for murder. Now today, more members of state police are set to testify.
This morning, federal investigators are looking into another near collision at a U.S. airport, this time near the nation's capital, and it involved a plane that was headed here to Boston.
I'm told the protesters are with a group called If Not Now, and not much has changed since I last saw you about 8:30. They're still protesting here on the BU Bridge. This has been shut down for about an hour now. This protest got underway just after 8 o'clock. We've heard multiple different speakers, songs, and chants, which you can hear some of those chants in the background now. Police have shut down not only the bridge, but the intersection here at Com Ave. You can see some of the police standing on the side of the bridge, just monitoring the situation, making sure everything goes smoothly here. And we haven't seen any issues.
The early morning fire forcing people from their home. Ray is at the breaking news desk this morning following the latest details.
I think I picked up a new sport, guys. Truly, truly. Basketball, soccer, goodbye. Pickleball, hello. And hello to this hello!
It is Memorial Day. With that comes several ceremonies and parades, but the weather really not cooperating for us today.
Well,
There's so many people like the selfie, right? And the study found that the angle of the selfie actually leads to dissatisfaction. How is that the case? I know some of you are still trying to wake up. I'm sorry you had to hear that. That is country singer, songwriter Ingrid Andress.
She's talked about it before.
Wait, I hear her. Where is she?
Yeah.
Oh, back there, yeah.
Really?
Don't worry, I'll talk about it. I'll tell you all about it.
All right. So, and she'll
What'd
be
I
on
say?
in
What'd
about
I
8
say?
minutes. So she has a whole story. Well, listen to this. Financial worries are playing a big role in the type of New Year's resolutions people are making.
Navigate this obstacle by stepping over each beam without touching anything with your hands.
That's not fair if you're tall. If I kick you, I apologize.
The Consumer Product Safety Commission usually releases information about recalls, but now the group is releasing its own album. McDonald's will be getting rid of self-service soda machines. I know people at home wish it was the ice cream machines.
I had massive heart failure, and there's nothing they could do. The inside of my heart was so ripped apart.
A devastating diagnosis for David Cornwolf, one that left him with only one viable option.
We'll put you on the transplant list. So at that point, I was a 6. Which is, on 1 and 2 is like your top priorities to get a transplant. 6 is the lowest.
So the 64-year-old prepared for a long wait and told his doctor he'd take a lower quality heart if it meant he could get a transplant sooner. A few days later, while visiting his wife's gravesite, he got the call.
That was on Thursday. On Sunday, that Sunday, they called me and told me they had a heart.
But David had a problem. He'd just gotten a new cell phone and lost all of his contacts. It was Labor Day weekend. Uber and a car service out of Worcester weren't available. The new heart was in Boston, and he was stuck at home in Oxford, more than 50 miles away. But this story has a happy ending.
I feel extremely blessed and fortunate to be able to have gotten something, a gift like this from someone, man. It's like a miracle.
And from what I understand, you were at your wife's grave when you received that phone call.
Absolutely. I truly believe she's my guardian angel, and between God and her, it's a miracle.
And who knew that you would have then a third angel involved in the story?
Yeah.
Where does that come in?
Jay!
What's up, brother?
What's up, kid?
Good to see you, man.
David met Jay Tolan just one time when he was in the hospital. Jay had a heart transplant 6 months ago and is now an ambassador for Heart Brothers, a Marlboro-based nonprofit that provides all kinds of support to transplant patients. David found his card and called him.
I said, look, I don't know if you remember me, and he did. And I said, look, I hate to bother you. It's Labor Day, Sunday, 4:30 in the afternoon. Can you please give me a ride? I'll give you, I offered him a couple $100. He's like, look, man, you owe me nothing. I'll be there in 20 minutes. And Jay came out of the goodness of his heart and gave me a ride to Tufts, brought me up there, showed me took me all the way up, man, through the whole process.
You got this phone call. It's Labor Day. What was your reaction when you found out who was on the other line?
The time I had in the hospital, I waited 194 days. But with the time in there, I promised myself that if I made it through alive, that I wanted to give back.
How would you describe, how important he is to you now, knowing that he answered the call and probably the most important call of your life?
It was the most important call of my life. If it wasn't for Jay, truthfully, I don't think I'd have my heart today. And I mean that sincerely. It's
Heart strong, brother.
That's it, man. I mean, it's a godsend.
David is doing great, but still has a long road ahead.
How you feeling?
But he knows he's got someone with him every step of the way.
I truly believe that if it wasn't for him, all the ducks in a row came together.
Women are now taking the helm and heading out on the water in record numbers. There are 20 Freedom Boat Club locations across the Boston area. Olivia Aswad is the regional operation manager at Fan Pier.
I started working on the dock in Quincy as a dock manager there and ended up falling in love with it.
So I too decided to take a seat and go for a ride.
If you had a boat, what would you name it?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I think I would just have to go something classic and easy. Like, my family's boat's called the Athena, so I feel like that's kind of an easy one. We have members that like to go out right at sunrise, go and get the first fish of the day. We have members that like to stroll in, around 10 o'clock, take a nice harbor cruise. This is your average low tide here, these numbers, depth in feet. We have the people that come in after work, 5 to 7. Maybe they'll go grab a couple cocktails with their friends and then just use the boat for a couple hours and turn the boat over to us, and we'll take care of the rest.
Freedom has more than 90,000 members, and 35% of their members are women.
And the ladies believe it's due to a rise in confidence.
One of my favorite parts is being able to fuel them because it gives us an opportunity to drive the boat across the harbor.
Fan Pier Dock Master Ashley Kutzer also helps with check-in and keeps track of the fleet. She says it's freeing.
We have so many more members joining and signing up, and I think that with that, people are just kind of learning a lot about it and learning how to drive it and getting more comfortable.
Ooh, and wait for this, guys. My favorite part. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm the captain now. And Lily, Jean, guess what? I have a huge fun fact for you.
Tell us.
This exact boat, the one I used for the story, guess who rode on this boat?
Tell us.
Gronk.